Hi, my name is Neha Varma. I'm a speech language pathologist. One toy that I have found all of the kiddos that I work with and my own son love and play a lot with is bubbles. All kids love bubbles, and this is a great toy to encourage language growth and build on some of those language skills with your child. Before you work on some language based activities using a bubble wand, I do want you to encourage your child and invite your child into the activity. Ways you can do that, simple, just blow some bubbles. Your child's seen it, he's already excited, wants to come into the activity, wants to join in, maybe is already reaching out to the bubbles. And that's when you start working on it. So as soon as you've blown the first round of bubbles, close the bubble wand, kind of hold it closer to your mouth and work on requesting. So a couple ways that we can do that for really young kiddos that are just learning to use language. So the age range of maybe 9 months to about 18 months. If they can't say bubbles, just start with baba. That's an easy one to start, and then moving forward to saying bubbles. If your child is in that age range and has started to say some of those b sounds, I would really encourage you to say bubbles. Do you want bubbles? Wait, pause, and give your child the opportunity to try and request for bubbles. If your child is already using single words, then I would encourage you to maybe have them put 2 words together to request for bubbles. So simple things that you can do: more bubbles, want bubbles, bubbles please. And if your child is using those 2-word phrases already, then moving on to 3 to 4-word phrases. And this would be typically expected of a child in that 3 to 4-year-old range, where you would want them to say, I want bubbles please. And let's say your child has requested bubbles. Yay! Great job! Positive reinforcement. Give them those bubbles, blow those bubbles, have a lot of fun, work on that requesting. Second way that we can use bubbles is really working on a variety of different actions. So, you're teaching your child blow bubbles and actually blow them. Or you could blow some bubbles and then have your child stomp his feet, or clap on the bubbles and burst the bubbles up, or you could have your child jump on the bubbles. So a variety of different action words like that could be used easily. Stomp your feet, blow the bubbles, walk on the bubbles, jump on the bubbles, kick the bubbles. Concept number 3 that could be targeted would be big and little bubbles. So blow some big bubbles, blow some little bubbles. What do you want? Do you want mama to blow big bubbles? If your child wants big bubbles, try and make big bubbles. If they want really little bitty ones, then make little bubbles and teach that concept of big and little. Number 4 is working on some words, some simple, easy words to really expand on their vocabulary. And this would be, beneficial for kiddos in that 1 to 3-year-old range. So words that could be targeted with bubbles would be bubble, want bubble, pop. When you blow those bubbles out, you can actually go pop, 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 and really target that. Concept number 5 that could be targeted would be working on body parts. And how would you do that? Oh, let's clap your hands and clap on those bubbles. Let's kick those bubbles with your feet. Let's pop those bubbles with your fingers. Things like that. Oh, I popped a bubble on your nose, especially if you're blowing bubbles and there's one that pops on your nose. So really working on those fun, easy body parts can be targeted at any time with bubbles. Number 6, blowing bubbles up, blowing bubbles down. So really take your bubble wand and go, oh, do you want the bubbles to go up, up, up in the sky and blow them? I can blow bubbles today. There you go, blowing bubbles up. Or should mama blow bubbles down? And really taking those bubbles and blowing them down. So working on that concept of up and down. And these are just simple ways that you could use Bubble Wand to target some of those easy concepts that we just discussed. If you don't have access to a bubble wand, this is something that you could do in the bathtub with maybe making a bubble bath for your child and working on bubbles. Do you want more bubbles? And getting some of those bubbles on your child's hand and say, let's blow some bubbles. You can also do it in a little bin with some water and some dish soap and make those bubbles in there. But I would encourage you to maybe grab some bubble wands and enjoy the summer with your child and blow some of those bubbles and see their fun reactions on their faces. Take care.